Shocking facts only available in the Netherlands give viewers all kinds of surprises. Today, we visit a small country in Europe known as the Land of Tulips, a country with 17.8 million people but 23 million bicycles. Every 50 meters there is an electric car charging station, banning the sale of gasoline and cars using this fuel from 2025. The Dutch have a saying, "God created the earth, but the Dutch created the Netherlands." Where red light street is legal, prostitutes are also entitled to insurance, hire their own bodyguards and pay taxes like regular laborers. Why is it said that the Netherlands is the lowest country, but the highest country in Europe? To answer 10,000 questions why, let's go to the video 9 Strange Things Only the Netherlands Has on Top 10 Mysteries channel. The world's largest red light street. The 6,500 Plaatse de Wallen red light street in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, makes anyone look at it with burning eyes. Possessing a unique architecture, bridges spanning the canal, in the middle there is a very poetic boating service and many cafes, bars and eateries. The highlight and also the origin of the name Red Light Street is located along the canal bank with glass windows decorated with colored lights, with a width of about 1.2 meters. Of course, inside are girls dressed sexy. The curtains of those boxes are also only pulled back when they have guests. After 15 to 20 minutes, the curtains are pulled out and the girl continues to receive guests. In the Netherlands, the red light district is a legal activity, attracting a large number of international visitors. However, it is strictly forbidden for guests to take photos and videos of red light boxes and prohibit children from getting lost here to keep their childhood pure. They even organize many accompanying services, such as sex shows with ticket prices of about 60–80 USD. This place is likened to the adult version of Disneyland, the place where about 300 prostitutes practice. It looks like that, but it's also the most secure area because there are police patrols and private bodyguards hired by the prostitutes themselves. Girls in the red light street are allowed to practice when they are 21 years old, enjoy health insurance regimes, retire, and have to pay income tax if employed, or value-added tax if self-employed. 1. Accompanying rule is that they must use condoms when having sex to avoid later question, who my father is. Whether a person can spend 24 hours sitting and freehand drawing of the hour and minute for a day, the latter will give you a surprise answer. The man trapped in the watch. Wei Shen of S Channel once made a spectacular trick when he filmed a video at the airport in the Netherlands and showed the audience this strange watch. People wonder why airports are so poor that they don't have money to buy electronic watches. Before coming to the explanation, look at the side of Paddington Station. London, England also has a similar clock. The world's most patient man is cleaning, erasing and painting 2 clockwise, continuously 24 hours a day, once every minute. However, this is a work of art called The Real Time by Dutch artist Martin Baas. To do it, he hired a man to draw the time for 12 hours straight and go back to the whole process of challenging patience. When knowing the truth behind, many people still admire his ability to work non-stop. This is the character who manipulates time. Fortunately, he was not so free that he drew the second hand. 12 hours is not easy. So, when it comes time to go to WC, who will draw for him? It must be very difficult to endure. It is the power of money. If it were me, I would probably fall asleep within the first hour. What about you? If you were paid $5,000 a month to do this boring job, would you do it? Please comment yes or no. Next is the world's unique border. It is easy for people to cross the border. The same house, but 2 addresses in 2 countries. the most unique borderline on the planet. The border between the Netherlands and Belgium presents an ambiguous love affair that never ends. Crazy, confusing, friendly is the phrase that talks about the division of the Netherlands and Belgium and the people who split in two countries every day in the town of Barle, which contains the border. Barle-Nassau in the province of North Brabant, the Netherlands, and Barle-Hertog in the Antwerp province of Belgium. It is not a straight line nor a curve, but marked by zigzag white cross shapes, 36 kilometers long, interspersed throughout. The visitor in the store is Belgian soil, but when he steps out to the door, he also touches the Netherlands, and the scene of a house located on two countries, divided in half by the Netherlands, half in Belgium. If the main door of the owner is located in Belgium, the whole family will have Belgian citizenship and vice versa. What if the border passes through the main gate? At that time, the host has the right to decide one of the two nationalities, so it is easy to see a house with two addresses in two countries and two such doorbells. The tariffs of Belgium and the Netherlands are also very different, so even if you shop on the same street, you may end up paying different prices. Similarly, according to Dutch law, restaurants must close early, which means that if you're enjoying food in a restaurant, when it is time to close, you can simply switch to a Belgian row of tables and still be able to eat. It was a headache to find out where I was between the two countries. The Netherlands is the lowest country, but the highest country in Europe. It's low and then high. Maybe the top 10 mysteries kidding, but I didn't kidding at all. The truth is that the Netherlands' geographical position is very low, with 27% of the country below sea level. The highest point is Valseburg, with an altitude of 322 meters above, and the lowest is Zuidplaspolder, 7 meters below sea level. Even Schiphol Airport in the city of Amsterdam is located at an altitude of 3 meters below sea level. There is the Flevoland province of Dutch, which was formed from the land area occupied from the sea, thanks to a 29-kilometer-long system of dikes and the Zuiderzee Dam, to stop water and then take the land. Therefore, this place naturally became the lowest country in Europe. In order to survive until now, when the risk of storms and floods comes at any time, people have built more than 3,000 kilometers of large and small dikes to prevent seawater from overflowing into the land, preventing river water from overflowing into fields, retaining water in canals and ditches, and at the same time helping to divert excess water back to the river. The area of the Netherlands is very small, only about 41,000 square kilometers, so land is an extremely valuable asset. Water creeps everywhere through a system of intertwined canals. Since the 10th century, the Dutch have been conquering water by building dikes, and about 400 years later, they have managed to regain the land with the help of a miraculous invention that still exists today: windmills. The Dutch realized that if they can't conquer Mother Nature, live with water, take advantage of water instead of fighting to defeat it. They respond to flooding in many ways, from very small ways, such as in gardens, where people do not lay bricks or pour concrete, but pour soil to be able to absorb maximum rainwater. The Netherlands also has a GPS navigation app that was created so that people always know exactly how far they are from sea level. And every child has to learn to swim. Now comes the tallest. That is the Dutch men who owns the largest height in the world. Meanwhile, Dutch women rank second in height in the world with 107 feet 6 meter. Men are at the top with a height of 185 cm. So if they stand next to me, it must also be called a big difference. The Netherlands is also the country with the highest population density, with about 17 million people per 41,000 kilometer tour. That is over 400 people kilometer tour. If not counting the water surface, it is more than 500 people kilometer tour. The top race has not stopped. The Netherlands is also the most fluent English-speaking country in the world, beat Denmark and Sweden in the rankings based on the English Language Proficiency Index, EPI. 9 out of 10 Dutch people use English as a second language. The world's greatest work of the Netherlands. You may have heard of the port of Rotterdam, which is one of the busiest seaports in the world, located in the south of the Netherlands. Every year, more than 400 million tons of goods are circulated through this seaport. In order to ensure that millions of Rotterdamians can be safe from storms and floods, while ensuring that the traffic of the port is not affected, Dutch engineers came up with a seemingly crazy idea. Building a dam is a movable breakwater with 2 steel turnstiles, each 210 meters long, 22 meters high, with a weight of 6,800 tons. This fence is controlled by a supercomputer connected to a sea level and weather monitoring system, which can be automatically close, open in case of emergency. Normally the 2 doors of the fence are 2 large locks, completely floating, opening to the sides for ships to pass. If there is a storm that causes the sea level to rise by 3 meters above normal, the 2 gates will automatically move along the rails and close. Water will be pumped into the locks and cause it to sink close to the base of the dam to stop the flow of water. This breakwater is named Maeslantkering. To make the idea of Maeslantkering a reality, Dutch engineers have come up with extremely creative solutions. Building the foundation for Maeslantkering was a major challenge to ensure the dam foundation could be flat and snug with the turnstile, while not being eroded by fast-flowing water as the door gradually closed. The engineers chose the solution of digging nearly 10 meters deep into the seabed, then filling it with sand and gravel to create a solid foundation, but allowing water to seep through and not erode. After that, 64,263 tons of concrete were placed on the foundation to create a solid base for the dam. The coupling of the 2 doors is the weakest point on the entire dam. The joints are designed to be 10 meters in diameter and are built in Europe's largest mechanical factory, with the same precision as a watch to ensure resistance to the biggest storms. The truss arm of the 2 dam doors is made of steel pipe with a diameter of 90 centimeters. They are installed on site and welded in protective tents to prevent weld contamination. More surprisingly, this project was completed in 1997, 27 years ago, at a cost of 450 million euros. This project can withstand sea storms with the ability to appear once every 10,000 years. On November 8, 2007, Maeslantkering closed for the first time when a storm hit, and it did a good job of protecting Rotterdam and the delta behind it during the storm. The country is passionate about orange. The Netherlands ignored the national flag, stubbornly using orange. You can easily see that when playing internationally, teams often use shirts that represent the colors of the national flag, such as the red and white of England or the blue and yellow of Brazil. While it is clear that the Dutch flag consists of 3 colors, red, white and blue, the Dutch national football team uses orange, a color that is not in the national flag. From there, it created the nickname Orange Whirlwind. Fans are called the Orange Army because they always wear orange to cheer for the team. Even the Dutch hockey, rugby and other sports teams or festivals use this color. As it turned out, it all came from the royal family of that country. Orange is the color of the royal house of Orange-Nassau. Before becoming king, Willem-Alexander was the Prince of Orange. In addition, in 1572, William of Orange's soldiers wore orange uniforms when they conquered the city of Den Briel in the war against Spain. Since then, orange has become a symbol of national unity. On the King's birthday, April 27th, the Dutch don orange clothes, honoring their country. One thing that few people know is that In the early years of the founding of the country, the Dutch flag was orange, white and blue until around 1660, when it was replaced by red. Because orange is extremely difficult to produce, the cost is more expensive due to the scarcity of materials than red. In addition, the flag color replacement event marked the decline of Principality of Orange in the new Dutch Republic when competing with wealthy merchants in Amsterdam. Everyone says that the coldest is the North Pole and Antarctica, but surely the following man can still suffer that cold. The man is extremely cold. Resistant. Mr. Wim Hof from the Netherlands 8 times set a world record for frosty. The first is to soak in a 1.5 high stone tank, pouring rocks up to the chin, with a duration of 1 hour and 12 minutes. Not stopping there, Hof walked up to the north of the Arctic to run a half marathon barefoot in the cold of -20 degrees Celsius. He also proved his superior ability by climbing Mount Everest while wearing only 1 pair of shorts, which shocked everyone. You need to know that water transfers heat 30 times faster than air. It can take a life in the blink of an eye. At 30 degrees Celsius, body functions begin to collapse. If we soak in 0 degrees Celsius water, we will faint after 15 minutes and die after 15 to 60 minutes. Therefore, everyone is suspicious of the strange structure of Wim Hof's body. That's why the scientists decided to inject an endotoxin that caused him hallucinations. The results showed that the anti-inflammatory protein in Wim Hof's body was 1/2 of that of 200 other healthy young men who were also injected with endotoxin. Meanwhile, Wim Hof's cortisol levels increased at a rapid rate. This means that Hof possesses the ability to self-control several organs in the body. I don't know if it is because of the tradition of welcoming the new year full of cold, like the following, that Wim Hof has that ability. The Coldest New Year. It's the coldest New Year's holiday of the year in the Netherlands. Every year on Tet, people in this country wear bikinis, red hats like Santa Claus, rush to soak in the cold water of 7 degrees Celsius, and then happily say, Happy New Year. That is a long-standing custom called Nieuwjaarsduik, roughly translated, diving at the beginning of the year. According to the Dutch concept, jumping into the water can get rid of the bad things of the old year and start the new year. And the closer to New Year's Eve ice bathing, the luckier it is. The activity usually takes place in Scheveningen, the country's largest coastal city. I would like to withdraw first, because at 10 degrees, I already have to wear a pile of thick life jackets, let alone soak in water. It is very easy to lose New Year. The Starry Night Road glows beautifully. This road, called Van Gogh Roosgaard, was built in the small town of Nuenen, which was completed and officially put into use on November 13, 2014. During the day, this is just a 1-kilometer-long road for bicycles and pedestrians. At night, it transforms into a world like a fairy tale. LED bulbs and thousands of small stones emit a magical blue light, like the Milky Way with countless stars. The artist Daan Roosgaard built this road. He was inspired by Van Gogh's painting Starry Night and covered the street with a layer of reflective paint. It is a small part of a project to build smart highways in Dutch cities by designing road markings that glow spontaneously at night in order to solve the problem of energy shortages in the future. To be honest, if it were you, would you bring a 15 Pro Max phone here to do some kind of virtual life? Please comment to me. By the way, talking about roads, let's move the scene through a village with no roads in the Netherlands. With its intertwined canal system and hundreds of wooden bridges, the village of Giethoorn is also known as the Venice of the North. However, the biggest difference between Giethoorn and the city of Venice, Italy, is that this village has no roads. The thatched roof houses are built along winding canals and are connected by more than 170 wooden bridges. The village of Giethorn does not have a car. The main means of transportation is a boat. Recognize that this village is too beautiful. The place is so quiet that the loudest sound you can hear is the call of the birds. In Giethorn, you can experience kayaking, canoeing, or whispering boats, an electric-powered motorboat that does not cause noise and pollution to the village. If you deliver goods or deliver mail, you also have to deliver by boat. This place is so peaceful and beautiful that I can't say a word anymore. Today's video is here. Thank you to the audience of Top 10 Mysteries for following up to this moment. Bringing the maximum knowledge to you is the motivation for us to create more wonderful and mysterious discoveries. Now, goodbye, and see you in the videos next time.
With